Satnam. So here's yet another reminder that humanity is evolving and we're transitioning into a whole brand new species. And it sounds like science fiction, right? But it's true. And we're all going to be shocked and awed by the changes that lie ahead for us, especially in these next 10 years as we come closer and closer to 2027. As a side note, if you want to prepare for this great change, join my new revamped Shadow Mining Level 1 program. And this is all about the solar plexus mutation and this year, 2027. So go to my website for more information. But today, right now, in this moment, I want to talk about anger. So there's a mass amount of anger on the planet right now. And it's normal for people to feel angry when they start waking up. Waking up to the fact that most of our leaders are corrupt. They care about money more than they care about people. Waking up to the fact that we've been lied to by our media. That we've been manipulated and lied to by the producers of our food, right? Sold poison for profit. We've been wrongly conditioned, right, to believe that if we work hard, follow the rules, right, get an education, blah, 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 follow the script, we can achieve happiness, right? The list goes on and on and on. And it's basically this fantasy bubble of the Piscean age is bursting. And there's lots to be angry about. So the only way you can really understand these times that we're in is to look at the world from an elevated spiritual perspective. Otherwise it just looks like utter chaos and total hopelessness. So I've got a lot to say, but I really want to streamline my message to address anger. So really just open your mind up. So anger is very much connected to the shadow pattern called victim. And remember, as part of our evolution, our ancestral shadow patterns are lifting from the human genome. We're unlocking the potential of that 95% junk DNA that the scientists call it. It's not junk. It's the storehouse of the sum total of all of our ancestral memories. And they're releasing. So this shadow of victim is very much connected to the solar plexus mutation that I just talked about. So this shadow makes us believe that the world is doing something to us, right? The shadow makes us feel victimized by anything out there in the external world. So on the spiritual path, each one of us must confront this shadow eventually. So what's the opposite of victim? Freedom. Freedom is what lies on the other side of the shadow pattern. And it sounds like wonderful, right? Doesn't it? Right? It's what we all want, to feel free from our suffering. So somewhere in your life, you're playing the victim. Somewhere you're pretending to play the victim. Right? So where in your life don't you feel free? Where in your life do you feel angry? And this is where you're going to find the victim. Like, sniff that out. So write it down somewhere, right? Pause the video and write it down. So let's go deeper into this shadow pattern of victim. So a few points of truth first, right? Some groundings. We're all connected. And you hear this over and over and over again from many spiritual teachers. Humanity is in fact one human organism. In the Aquarian Age, we're moving closer and closer into this reality. So what keeps us in the illusion of this separation is the ego. You know, and if we didn't have our egos, the veil would just lift and we would see the truth of our connectivity. So right now, as part of our evolutionary process, the ego is being dismantled. It's starting to dissolve, but not without a fight. So collectively speaking, right, this anger that we're all feeling is created by the ego. And underneath this anger is fear. And it's the fear of the ego, right, of non-existence. This isn't you. You're a timeless spiritual being. You exist and will continue to exist long after your physical body disappears. Okay, long after your ego is gone. So you don't need the ego, right? The ego needs you to survive. So where you feel like a victim, where you blame others, the government, your boss, right? Or where you complain internally about your life, this is where the ego is attempting to stay alive. So do you see? If you believe that you have problems, then the ego continues to exist and your suffering continues. In truth, the only problem is that you think that you have a problem. So right now in this moment, imagine that you have no problems. You're a timeless being, watching your life like you would watch a movie. Life is happening. Life is guiding you to particular experiences. Life is bringing to you everything that you need when you need it. Now the ego makes you believe that it's doing everything in your life, right? It's in charge. It's doing nothing. It's doing squat. It's like a corrupt politician. It can only blame and complain when things aren't going its way. So as a spiritual being, you have no problems. So repeat after me. My only problem is that I think that I have a problem. So who am I without my problems? Free, right? This is what we're terrified of, is freedom. And what's left is this great emptiness. But this emptiness is filled with potential. It's filled with creativity. It's dark matter. It's the quantum field. It's where we're all headed as a humanity. So just breathe in this truth of the Aquarian Age, right? This emptiness, this non-existence is nothing to be afraid of. It's you. Now to help you along, I posted a Kundalini Yoga meditation to get rid of anger. So click the link down in the information box. Because when the anger gets into your body, then you've got to deal with it, right? So it's going to be the first video up on my SOS page on my website. And I'll be posting some of my favorite meditations in one spot so that people can get themselves together quickly for this new Aquarian Age. Because we don't have the luxury of time to be wallowing in our problems and our stuff. Because we're moving at the speed of light right now. So if you're interested in learning more about your divine gifts and your unique patterns, your unique shadow patterns that you're here to transmute, right, then sign up for my 1-hour reading with me, one-on-one. And also, if you really want to speed up your evolutionary process, check out my shadow mining programs, and that's all on the website. And please share this video with others. Okay, so may peace be with you.